Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about GALA. So GALA has touched yesterday our support area, moved into it, already tried a reversal. It's not very confident yet. Be aware that obviously everywhere in these support areas you can get a turnaround. This is quite a large area because it is for the large wave 2. Yeah, this is not a small support area as we had it here. Yeah, or here. This is quite a large one because it is based on the correction of this entire wave 1 to the upside. Yeah, we had this 5-wave move to the upside for GALA, and we are now coming down. And this looks like a corrective structure. We're also in a corrective price channel. Really only when we break out of this corrective price channel, we have a strong signal that the correction is over. Now, you will have signals before, but this will be really sort of the breakout of the correction. It's following the channel at the moment, and surely we reacted here to the 50% retracement, which is one of our support areas. You always need to be watching if you might get actually a reversal at these. You know, we've got here the 3.92 cent level, we've got 3.36 cents and 2.57 cents. There's of course no guarantee that we eventually will get to 2.57 cents. The idea is that this here is an area where at any point in time the reversal can happen. We can try to specify that a little bit further. So you've got actually 3 quite clear price points here. Plus we've got a structural support around 3.65 cents, which is the previous wave 4 low. I'd be watching that as well. And then we can calculate a target also by looking at the length, the length of the wave A. We go to the high of the B wave and compare the wave C length against it. And here it's the 61.8 extension. That's the very first target. So we had, as I also highlighted in the previous video, Fibonacci confluence here. This is a target for a wave C. It's not a very uncommon one, but it is rather uncommon. Typically, you would see rather the 1-to-1 ratio as a target, or even the 1.618 extension. But then, you know, you've got different ways of calculating these targets. You either have you've got your support area. Support is not necessarily a target. You would still expect it to be drawn to this area, but then you can calculate targets based on the lower degree wave counts and the distance between waves 1 and C. A and C. And here we can see that the C wave obviously reached the 61.8 retracement extension, and we have 5 waves down as well, I would say. So we need to be ready. It could turn around from here. But at the moment, price reaction, yes, we've seen a bit of a buy reaction. Bear in mind, it's weekend. You can't really interpret too much into this. I think we need to see how this is now developing over the next few days, but certainly it hit the support area. I'm quite happy about that. Ideally, I would like it to go a little lower, but it might not do that in a very straight line. You know, it might do a bit of up and down. And as long as it's following the channel, it can still follow down further. It should not drop below 2.57 cents, because if it does that, then it will sort of make this 1-2 setup very unlikely, and it will cast some doubt on this overall scenario that we have here, a 1-2 setup, which should result in a third wave, or A wave to the upside, B wave to the downside, and C wave up. At the moment, I would treat all the patterns as ABC patterns, because it could very well be that after the next wave up, it's going to fail. If it doesn't, fine, but I would make sure I take some profits towards the end of the C wave. Yeah. But yeah, that's sort of where we are, and certainly I think we are in the channel. It would point here towards some Fibonacci and support confluence around that 3.3 cent area, actually, or 3.4. Because we've got the channel support. It depends on how long this move down takes. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of a bit of a dynamic support line here, or at least a descending trend line. So if let's say we fall down here today, you would say it's quite likely to find some support at the 61.8 retracement, and you've got the descending trend line, so you should expect a reaction. However, if you see something like, okay, we might do this, you know, then do this, then, you know, it might react to the 61.8, but eventually might actually dip a bit lower. It depends on how long and, you know, how long this is going to take. For now, it's important we had an initial reaction. Now we need to be watching, is this sustainable or is it not? It's the first target for a C wave, a rather uncommon one, but not invalid or anything. So it could very well be it reverses from here. I would rather say we probably come down a little bit lower. because we haven't broken the trend yet. So the trend is still down, even on the lower time frame. We haven't ever actually made any higher high or higher low. When that happens, then yeah, then we can readjust, you know. Either way, what you need to know, the primary expectation has basically already been fulfilled by hitting the wave 2 support area. Now we just need to be watching. Do we get a reversal from here? And it's way too early to say that. What else can we say? Well, what you often get actually in these C waves is a bullish divergence against the low of the A wave. Now, we haven't got that yet, okay? And that's why I'm thinking I would primarily think we get a little bit lower, because if you compare the low of the A wave to the low of the C wave, you can see that on the indicator, on the RSI, on the 1 hour chart, but also on the 4 hour chart, we're actually making a lower low. Yes, in the oversold area, which is why, you know, you typically would expect maybe some kind of a bounce like we had here as well, yeah, but we don't have this bullish divergence yet. Sometimes, or often you get it, yeah, often you get that kind of bullish divergence if you have a corrective pattern like that and you have an ABC correction. You would expect if this comes down a bit lower, that eventually you will make here a higher low, and then you might actually see that eventually on the daily chart as a bullish divergence between waves A and C, depending on how long this actually takes. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that eventually will play out. You don't always get a divergence. It's only really an indicator. Here on the micro level, though, we have a bit of a bullish divergence between that low and that low, but that's really on the 1 hour chart only. At the moment, we are hovering below 50 on the 1 hour chart. If we start to swing back in the above 50 range, yeah, that would point towards an uptrend again. See that here on the RSI, when we broke above 50, that was the sign that the uptrend had started. And then when we started to break here below 50 again and sustained there, that's an indication that the downtrend has started, and we're way below that. So trend is still down. Yeah, we oversold now, but that just purely means at the moment that the trend is down. And watching for possible divergences, watching for a reaction to these SIP levels, and watching that descending channel is going to be very helpful. Okay, that's my update about GALA. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And if you're interested, check out our trading course on morecryptoonline.com. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.